Oh, hello.
So many fucking headshots. So many fucking headshots. So many fucking headshots. So many headshots.
Yasas! That means hello? Okay, great. Joe here again with another Greek beer quarantine review. We're going to do something a little bit different for this episode just because I feel like after the first episode you guys are probably already bored of that format and me taking 15 minutes to review like 5 beers when I only ended up drinking like 3 of them on camera. So what we're going to do today is do a Greek beer review of the best Greek beer to shotgun. And just because of the fact that I'm old now, I'm going to have to like break it up throughout the course of the day instead of just filming all of them in one sitting. So you guys can call me a bitch or whatever, but that's fine. I'm okay with that just because, you know, I have to make dinner and stuff tonight anyway. So yeah, we're just gonna go through, and I think the first beer we're gonna do is Mythos. It's a really popular Greek beer. We went to a show like a few weeks ago, and you could actually get three on draft, like 3 of them for 10 euros. So that was a pretty solid deal. So it's probably been my go-to the entire like month that I've been here anyway. So yeah, let's get to it. Yeah, so this is the Mythos beer. It's actually got a unicorn on it, so I guess that's pretty cool. It's a premium quality Hellenic beer. But yeah, I think more importantly, we gotta see how this thing shotguns. Alright, for Icarus. Yeah, I just had a bunch of gnocchi and salad, so there's a lot of onion going on in there. But yeah, you know, they don't really have like a lot of light beers here, but I feel like this beer's a little bit on the lighter side. So it goes down pretty smooth. You get like the, you know, the shitty grocery store hoppy beer thing. So it was pretty close to slamming something in between a Bud Light and a Coors Light, maybe. Maybe but a little bit more filling actually. So I'll give this a solid 5 out of 7. All right, we're on balcony number 2 for beer number 2. Here we have Pils Hellas. It's only a 4.5%, which is actually a little bit on the lighter side, so that's exciting for shotgun purposing. It says tradition since 1996, so I guess like the beer actually hasn't been around for that long. But yeah, let's do it. Probably could have let that one be a little bit colder, but you know, going down, yeah, I think that was like the biggest thing. It's probably, if it's ice cold, it probably goes down a little bit easier than the Mythos, but I think taste wise, yeah, sorry. It says traditionally brewed with natural ingredients. I mean, as far as shotgunning goes, it has less flavor. I think if we actually had it as cold as it could be, like before I shotgunned it, it probably would have been a much more easy experience for shotgunning beer. So I'm actually going to give this a ranking above the Mythos, taking those parameters into play. And here we are, balcony number 3 and beer number 3. I've just been taking in, you know, some of the awesome views and stuff. So the last beer we're going to be shotgunning today is Henninger. When we got this at the store, we were a little confused, like, oh, this might not be a Greek beer, but it's actually brewed in Greece, in Athens, by the Olympic Brewery. So it's a 4.3, so hopefully this one goes down a little bit smoother. We bought this one at the store cold already, and it's been sitting in the fridge, so hopefully we won't have too many more problems like we did with the last beer, but you know, who's to say? I actually haven't had this beer at all yet, so I have no idea what to expect coming into the shotgun, but yeah, it should be fun. Not too carbonated, so that's good. Alright, bottoms up. Yeah, it went out real smooth. Even though, like, between the second one and this one, I only waited about 25 minutes, and I was able to get the whole thing down. So, you know, it says real taste, real quality since 1869, and you know, I agree with them, and it's a real beer, and it's just it's a real beer for shotgunning. All right, and so, you know, you thought we were only going to go do 3 because we had 3 balconies for me to shotgun on, but there is a 4th submission for this Greek beer shotgunning test. This is a Kaiser Pilsner, and when we were buying this at the store, we were looking at it and we weren't sure that, you know, if this was in fact a Greek beer or not, because Kaiser is like a German thing or whatever. Did a little bit of research, and there are Kaiser beers in Germany, made in Germany, but this Kaiser beer is actually made in Greece. It's brewed at the same brewery as Mythos. Are they the same beer? Maybe, but just one thing that I've noticed, like drinking at bars and stuff here, is that you know, Mythos is on tap a lot, and it usually comes in this can or like a 16-ounce tall boy, whereas the Kaiser will come on draft and stuff. But you can also they also have it in like these fancier like 24-ounce bottles. So I think it might just be some Greek marketing rather than it being like one beer is actually better than the other. They might actually just be the same beer. And like I've seen this, like in Canada, there's a beer called Kokanee, and it's actually made by Coors, and it's basically Coors Light, just in a different can. So this definitely could be it, and this is a 100% pure malt, and Mythos, I didn't see that it had anything malt related in like the ingredients list, so there might be where the difference is as well. That being said, it's 5%. It's probably going to be a little bit heavier to shotgun than, let's say, like the Pils or the Benning or Renninger or whatever. But yeah, so let's just try this out. Ooh, it's a lot more foamy too, which is, you know, an interesting note. But it's definitely filling, as I say this with some really just dirty glasses now. It was definitely really filling, and then one thing that I really noticed from it was the fact that it's a little bit more full flavored than any of the beers that we tried prior to this. So I'm thinking that it's, you know, I would compare this more to like shotgunning a Budweiser as opposed to a Bud Light. And so just ranking things at this point, I'd say from a beer shotgunning perspective, I would probably rank this Kaiser last, just because it is like a little bit more full flavored, it's a little bit more filling, and it's the only beer, like I filmed this part in the next day. So as far as it goes, this is the only beer I've shotgunned today, so I'm also not like lubed up with like a bunch of alcohol in me already. But I feel really full coming out of this, and I can still really, really taste everything. So I rank this last from a shotgunning perspective. Next in line, I would probably go with the Mythos, and it's funny that these two are both next to each other at this point, because that means, you know, they do come from the same brewery, they are cut from the same cloth. One might have malt and the other might not. But Mythos, love drinking this. Like, you can just drink it all day, and like you won't get like super wasted or feel super full. But for a shotgunning, like, it's not going to be my top pick. Next, I'm probably going to go with the Pils Hellas, and this one does come with an asterisk next to it, although it is like the number 2 in my rankings. just because of the fact that when I shotgunned this out of all 4, it was the least cold, so it was the most difficult to get down, even though it was like the second one I had shotgunned yesterday. But yeah, so I'll get that number 2, which brings us to the Henninger. And I think big thing here, it's only 4.3%, so yeah, it's definitely going to be on the lighter side and just easier to go down. But yeah, like I'd probably rather shotgun any of these over a Budweiser any day of the week. But yeah, here's your ranking. We got number 1 is the Henninger, number 2 the Pils-Hlas, number 3 the Mythos, and then the 4 the Kaiser. And I think, you know, I don't have like all the specific prices, but I think it might go from cheapest to most expensive anywhere, which would make sense. So yeah, there you go. Shotgunning beer in Greece. Don't know if anybody else does it here, but I did it a bunch. All right, I'm out.
So many fucking headshots. So many fucking headshots. So many fucking headshots. So many headshots.